Okay, so I seem to have lost you, so we were right in the middle of it. So I'll just record the next bit, and then you can follow along in your own time. So here we had the notes going down from C sharp, which we're thinking of as the 1 of our C sharp minor scale. We want to make sure to be able to play them one at a time down and up. We're also going to try and play the C sharp and the G sharp and back up to the C sharp, down to the 5th and back up. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add the notes up to the 5th from that C sharp as well. So we get C sharp is the 1, D sharp, E, F sharp, and G sharp. And now we can talk about the 5th above and the 5th below. And it's important to remember that we're not talking about going down an interval of a 5th. This is actually just 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 4th, right? But we're referring to the G sharp as the 5th in our piece. So we'll now take it up from the 1 to the 5. We get C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp. Kush, dusha, fush, gush. We want to be able to flexibly navigate all the way from the low 5th up to the high 5th. This gives us our minor scale. Now we could keep going up from the G sharp up here, up to the 5, 6, 7, 8. We would refer to that probably as the octave. But the key scale that we're going to be looking at for this piece is the minor pentatonic scale. The minor pentatonic scale. And there are a number of different pentatonic scales. They all just mean 5 notes. The notes they use, we have the root, we have the 1, the 3, the 5. So we have the tonic triad. We also add the 4 and the 7. So our pentatonic scale is 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 1, 7, 5, 4, 3, 1, 7, 5. And these are going to be the bulk of the notes in the melody from the tune. So if you are freely able to move between those notes and kind of and hear it and try and play it, then you should be able to do it. Now, C sharp minor is like a relatively difficult scale to think about, kind of, but it's actually quite nice to play. So it's not necessarily the case that this is going to be harder to play ergonomically in terms of finger movements. So let's go from our low 5, first of all the way up the scale. G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp. Gushab, kush, dusha, fush, gush. Backwards. Gush, fush, a dush, kush, bagush. And now we're going to take out the notes that are not in the pentatonic. The 6 is not in the pentatonic, and the 2 is not in the pentatonic. So we're taking out our A and we're taking out our D sharp. And let me add. So now we have G sharp, B, C sharp. And we might just play around with that, do it up and down. Do it in different order. Let's do gush, bagush. Kush, bakush. Kush, gushub. Gush, kushub. Very strong sound going down to the 5th and back up to the tonic, the root, or the octave, whatever you want to call it. Now let's go up. Kushefishgush. Gush fushikush. Let's go up and down. Down and up. Let's do a fushkush. Let's do fushagush, fushagush. Let's do gushekush. And you will notice also that within the pentatonic scale, it's all kind of built around the triad. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Let's get a new layer. New layer. So the pentatonic scale is always built around the triad, really, because it's a very strong sound. And the reason it's so common is because the additional notes, the B natural and the F sharp, all of them are at least a tone away. Well, they're both a tone away from a core note. B is a tone away from C sharp. F sharp is a tone away from G, a G sharp, and a tone away from E sharp, right? Which means that none of these notes are going to create the sound, the dissonance of a semitone interval against our chord. So as long as we're as long as only the chord C sharp minor is being played, none of our notes are going to sound dissonant. We can hang as we want to on any of them. So let's give you a quick idea how we might do that. Let's do a little boot. 1, 2. Slightly out. Now I'm going to play a little bass line. So I just looped a C sharp minor chord, and if we play our pentatonic, i.e. when I say C sharp minor, C sharp, E, and then I did a G sharp there and like a low E, so I did a 3, 5, 1, 3 voicing. And now we can just play the notes of the pentatonic freely, and it won't, like, any of them will be fine. We can hang on the B. Bookish. Kushub. Kushabukush. So kushbagush. Down. Backwards. Gush bakush. Up and down from G sharp to C sharp. Let's go up from C sharp up to G sharp. G sharp fine. F sharp fine. E natural fine. C sharp but C natural. A natural. You see that A really wants to go to that G sharp because it's a semitone away, and I've got the triad in the background. So, if you wanted to play this Hozier tune, you need to be able to freely navigate this scale really, really, really well. The 5 notes of the C sharp minor scale. And remember, I've done it from C sharp in the middle. Let's go up, C sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp. And down. Twice each. And down. Down from C sharp. Up from D sharp. Twice on each. And back up. Twice on each all the way from the bottom. Down. 3. Let's do a little pattern. Let's go up a scale a third and then down the next note of the scale. I.e. we'll skip one on the way up and go down. G sharp, E, F sharp, C sharp. 4 at a time. G sharp, F sharp, E, C sharp. Gush, fusha, kush.
Fushakushub. Ekushbugush. And that's how you can practice the tune. There are a couple of extra notes. There are a couple of extra notes in the tune. There are only really 2 extra notes, I think. I think sometimes in the second line of the verse, he goes to an A natural. And in the B section, he goes to a C natural. But don't worry too much about those because they all fit around the pentatonic scale.